This team gets all A's on PvPoke, and today we're gonna take a deep dive into this individual team because I think it is gonna help you a lot on your Go Battle League journey. For this team to succeed, you do not need Rock Slide and Psycho Boost on the same moveset because otherwise you are not gonna get full A's. Of course you can succeed, but still not full A's on PvPoke, and that is gonna be kind of a big bummer. So having either Psycho Boost with Thunderbolt or Rock Slide with Thunderbolt will get you all A's on the rankings of PvPoke. So now with that said, let's see what we have here, because Lantern is one of those very close bad leads that we can get with our Deoxys. Doesn't matter still though, because we can still farm down the remaining energy and HP out of this Lantern, so we can get out of here with a lot of energy, at least with the Earthquake for the next Pokemon, which happens to be another water type, this time on the face of Poliwrath. So if you lived under a rock the past month, well, we had a Poliwag community day, so yeah, a lot of trainers are gonna use Poliwrath as their main closer or safe switch on this video, and obviously on Great League, because this Pokemon now with counter is more viable than ever. So right here we're just gonna go with those Sky attacks, and I think that we can have the upper hand against a Pokemon like Toxapex. They are super bulky, they can take the hits, but still we need to be extremely careful. What I want to do is to potentially catch one Brine, and because they're getting super close to that double Brine limit, I was pretty sure that they were gonna throw, so that's why by counting I could absolutely catch the move, and right here we can expect the switch on the Lantern, farming it down as well. They're not gonna catch a move today, so here comes now the Shadow Ball, and that's gonna be a great game. This team is very strong, and I really like how it can manipulate certain matchups, especially those Mud Boys, which are gonna be kinda troublesome for my team, especially Quagsire, because Quagsire can beat down my Deoxys, has a very good battle obviously against Stunfisk, and has Stone Edge to threat even a flyer like my Noctowl. So let's see how well we can do here, because this is definitely a core breaker, as I have already said. Here comes now another move. I'm just gonna take it. This time I know it's gonna be just a Mud Bomb, but still they can snipe me down with their own Deoxys. Doesn't matter, we can still go in with my Noctowl, and I will try to catch one Thunderbolt, potentially Thunderbolt, which it is by the way, on my Stunfisk. This is looking pretty wonderful here, because even though we take super effective damage from those counters, I know we can survive a lot, and at this point we can still pressure for that final shield with our Earthquake, which is looking pretty wonderful. So here comes now another move, this time the Psycho Boost, and we're just gonna go to town with this final Earthquake. Can we farm down potentially here, because they're getting super close and they are debuffed, but they want to keep that energy for the end game, which is a pretty nice strategy since they are 2 shields down. And now we're just gonna go in with our Noctowl, counting correctly here, throwing on the perfect moment, and down goes Quagsire. So what do they have at the back? I'm pretty sure that this Deoxys might have one move ready to go, but they end up having a Pokemon like this Victibell, which means that we can definitely snipe it down with a simple Sky attack and one more move to destroy down the remaining HP out of this Deoxys. Of course they are gonna throw right after. I'm just gonna get to the super cocky Shadow Ball. Even a Sky attack would have sealed the deal here before they even throw, but it doesn't matter, we're still gonna be able to take this victory. From one Mud Boy to another, this time Shadow Swampert, and we're just gonna stay in here even though we do not have Psycho Boost. They do not know that, so perhaps we can take a shield out of them. Just gonna get to my Thunderbolt just in case they want to observe what I might have and speculate not in a very good way, because whatever I throw here is gonna be not very effective, but it doesn't matter, they still manage to catch on their Sableye. Gonna charge up a little bit more, then switch out to my Stunfisk. This little bit of energy transactions that I do over here, sacrificing a little bit of HP before switching out to get some extra energy, is what will get you some easy wins with this team in Go Battle League. So yeah, energy gain is the key. Anyways, here it comes now the Hydro Cannon to finish us off, and at this point we can go in with our Noctowl. It all depends on what they have at the back, to be honest, so this is looking like an RPS battle, but still we're just gonna go with our Sky attack. attack. They are gonna go down. At the back there is gonna be Charizard. So what I said before, RPS not so much, because this Pokemon when it has the shield advantage can absolutely go to town. All I want to do here is to block correctly the Blast Burn, and I will try to do that on the first try. Here comes Blast Burn, we can block it successfully, and right after we can definitely switch out to the Rock Slide, but they were expecting the switch, and that is looking like a great game for my opponent. Yeah, they absolutely destroyed me down here. Even though we had a big win condition, we managed to throw it away. So yeah, well played to my opponent. Now let's see what the next trainer has to offer. We're playing against a Bastiodon. Obviously they're gonna switch out immediately into their Medicham, which makes me think that the next Pokemon can be either a Sableye or something like a Victreebel. So yeah, we're gonna be just fine either way, since this Medicham is out of the way, because not only we have Noctowl for this backline, but also our Stunfisk. So easily manipulated battle here from my side, because we can speculate the third Pokemon pretty easily. So let's see what it is gonna be, but first we have to get all that energy that we have gathered on that wall face. Another Smackdown to finish us off, doesn't matter, still we can go in with the Deoxys, expecting the switch at some point, but still I think that they are in a very troublesome position. We're just gonna tank this Flamethrower, and right after I'm just gonna press the Thunderbolt, because I'm seeing that they're getting super low. Here comes now the Thunderbolt, they're getting out of the way very easily, and it is gonna be the Victreebel, which means that we can easily go here for that Rock Slide, grab the shield out of play, and right after we can for sure block whatever they throw, still reach to back Rock Slides, and that is gonna be the end game for this battle as it seems. One Rock Slide for the shield, one more for the knockout, but first we need to appreciate the damage from a potential Leaf Blade. So yeah, even if they get to the Leaf Tornado with that debuff on the attack stat, they were getting super low, so that those Rock Slides are still gonna be lethal at this amount of HP. This Pokemon is kinda bad for us, especially when we do not have Psycho Boost, so I will just throw here my Rock Slide and then switch out to my Noctowl, which happens to be my safe switch, and we managed to draw out of there an Empoleon. This is looking pretty strong for us, because right here we can pressure with those Shadow Balls, and in the exchange we're just gonna go for the shields on whatever they throw. As it seems, we have brought it super low at a point that one Sky Attack might actually seal the deal up against this Pokemon, so they managed to take it into their Empoleon, which is pretty nice by us, because now we can have the upper hand over here. So with Granbull sacrificing all their energy, I'm pretty sure that my Stunfisk here can do a lot of solid work up against their team. Down goes the final shield with the Rock Slide, so whatever remains at the back must be weak to my Pokemon. Could that be a double steal backline? And yes, trainers, it is, with Ferrothorn at the back. Pretty spicy line, pretty nice executed that strategy that they had, and I still think that we can have the upper hand though with our team, because yeah, we get A on coverage, A on the safety manners, and yeah, this team is absolutely crazy, even against off-meta teams like this. Into the next one now, and we're facing up in front a Medicham, so obviously this is gonna be a very good lead for us. I'm really liking this lead, but also we have to switch out properly before they get us to the crunch. Doing so, we managed to catch on our Stunfisk, we have the poison type on the switch, and we can still tank one more crunch with this, doesn't matter at all. We're getting super low, but still we can provide a lot of coverage against their poison typing with our double resisting typing. So at this point we're just gonna farm it all the way. We have at least the Earthquake ready to go, and we're expecting the Medicham to return. Just gonna get here to the bait. I was thinking that they were gonna shield, but anyways we're not gonna reach to that Earthquake. That was a pretty risky bait as it seems. I was thinking that I could reach to the Earthquake right after, but we couldn't, and at this point Noctowl can go in, so the battle is not over yet for sure, and we can get to the Sky Attack. They are gonna block, so at this point I have the upper hand with that energy gain, but it doesn't matter because Medicham is gonna reach to that Ice Punch. At the back there is gonna be a Bastiodon, and all of a sudden we have a crazy good win con over here against this Pokemon. If we can block correctly, I believe that we can still finish them off with our Deoxys. So here comes the Stone Edge, just gonna respect the damage, and right after I will press the Thunderbolt to finish off Bastiodon as soon as possible. I know that this Medicham still has some energy to spare, but I'm not gonna fall for it because I'm just gonna press the Thunderbolt and then try to switch out into my Noctowl to snipe them down with my already charged up Sky Attack, and we're gonna take this victory. Into the final one now, trainers, and we're having up in front a Haunter, which is the most horrible lead scenario that you can get with this team. We do not like this Pokemon at all. Hopefully though we have a backline that can somehow handle this threat, but on the switch unfortunately we're met up with a Poliwrath. So at this point we're just gonna get to the Earthquake, but if they want to completely farm down, they first have to sacrifice at least one shield. They're gonna sacrifice the shield because if they took the move, well, perhaps we could have flipped around that very bad lead, but anyways, as it seems, I'm just gonna rely completely on my Noctowl for the end game. It all depends on what they have at the back, and finally we have a very good battle against a Steel type that we're still kinda be afraid of because they might carry the move Thunder. I'm just gonna block whatever they throw. I'm most likely gonna get hit by I just want to get hit by a Sludge Bomb and not by a Thunder for sure. So here comes now the Sky Attack from my part and another one to finish them off. I know that this Haunter might actually have Ice Punch, but it doesn't matter. We're still gonna get there to those moves pretty fast with our Pokemon. So yeah, Haunter is going in. Let's see what their next move might be, and it ends up being an Ice Punch, but still we can reach to the next Charge Attack with this, and we still have a lot of energy on our Deoxys, which is pretty nice. And they back out, and we're gonna take this victory to end this battle. Thank you, trainers, for watching. Thank you for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my content here on YouTube. And speaking of my content, here are 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.